My people, welcome to a new episode of the Real Christian Show. We have a lot of things to talk about today. One of them being very important, how to get involved everything happened last week. And it's not just last week. When it was the Colorado shooting, a Ukrainian girl getting stabbed in public, and Charlie Kirk's assassination. And I want to speak about those things today. What can you do? There's a lot of people, they ask that. He's like, Ben, what can I do? I mean, I don't have a big following. I don't have a big platform. I don't have millions of followers, or I don't have a podcast show, or just whatever. But you can influence people, and you should. I'm going to talk about you guys today about how you can get involved and why your voice matters more than you think. Number one, on how to get involved in everything that's happening in the society, because we are in a point that is genuinely good versus evil. If you're a Christian, if you believe in God, and you love this country, you need to speak up. We're not in a position right now for you to stay quiet. And let me just clarify this. I'm not telling you go in and punch people and get in people's faces or being mean. I'm not talking about that. But I'm talking about having the backbone to speak up and stand up for what you believe to be true. So number one is going to be the power of speaking. Defend your beliefs. Defend your beliefs. Unapologetically and with a lot of boldness. Now, how can you do that? We all have social media. You decide either to consume content or to create content. Let today and this show be the moment you decide to start creating. Become a creator. You are the son and daughter of a Heavenly Father that creates worlds. What does that say about you? If you are created at His own image, that means you are a creator too. So start creating. So use social media, number one, as a mechanism for you to communicate and speak your ideas, your beliefs, and certain truths that we believe in. Like, I'll tell you what I believe in. My truths. God, that Jesus is real and He lives, that families should be protected and encouraged, young leadership, we lack leadership, and we need strong leadership, especially young, and that I love this country. I'm an immigrant. This country gave me everything, gave me the platform for me to pursue my dreams and goals, and it's been a beautiful opportunity, and the right that I can talk and I can speak with the freedom that nobody's gonna put me in jail because of it or shut me down, and I can have an opinion and share it with other people. And I'm gonna stand for those things because I want people to experience those 5 things I just mentioned. So those are things you can speak on. Now, the other thing when it comes to the power of speaking, talk to your family and friends. You have a circle around you. Talk about meaningful things instead of just talking about parties and dumb stuff and sports, which things that genuinely have no impact in society. Talk about things that really matter. Talk about what you believe to be true. And I'm not talking about being in their face or in a contentious way, or with a lot of just being tense. I'm talking in a peaceful way, but in a bold and unapologetic way. So social media, family and friends, get involved in your church. Go to church and get involved and participate and get active. Don't go there just to warm a seat or a chair. Get involved in your local community, in your local church. Get involved in the school system. I got involved in college and high schools. We're speaking in Turning Point this Thursday. I spoke at Turning Point St. George on last Friday. We're doing a lot of events. And then the last thing is support and share content of those whose voice you can relate. If you like this show, If you like this episode, if you see value in it, share it with other people. Those are 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 things you guys can start doing right now to get involved. And I'm going to tell you the last one, which is honestly one of the most important ones. What you can do to be the change and to make impact in society right now. And it's this: raise your standards. Man, why is that? Because your life matters. Your example matters. Your influence, your decisions matter. People are looking up to you. People pay attention to what you do, what you say, how you dress, how you speak, what you believe in, what you post, what you eat, what you consume, what you create. Even if you believe nobody watches, people watch you. And you take that very lightly. You take your existence very lightly. You take your purpose, your decisions very lightly. Don't do it. If you listen to the show, you know that I talk a lot about purpose. You have a divine purpose of why you're here. Don't take that lightly. And raise your standards. Ben, in what should I raise your standards? In your fitness, in your faith, in your relationships, in your mindset, and in your relationship with money. The best trait of a leader is leading by example. What did Jesus say? He didn't say, go and do what I tell you. He said, come, follow me. Do what I do. Walk where I walk. Come see what I see. Come experience what I experience. Come sleep where I sleep. Come eat what I eat. Come talk to the people that I'm going to talk to. Your example, your life, your standards are the most crucial thing you can do for others, showing them the way. And another way to get involved is raising your own personal standards in your life. Stop tolerating and allowing mediocrity in your life, being average and being like everybody else. Show others what's possible. Become that leader you've always wanted and you've always looked for and waited for. You are that guy, not only in your life, but in other people's lives. I want to read with you guys a quote from a book. It's one of my favorite books. It's called Visions of Glory. This guy had a bunch of about 3 death experiences, and he went to the other side of the veil, and he talks about his experience on the other side. And in this part, in this chapter, he talks about our priority and a priority of why we're here on the earth and our purpose and why we're born on specific times on the earth. He says, finally, I learned that there's a dispensational priority and purpose of why we're here at this time. It is not random. It is not accidental. It is divinely engineered. And when we make our final reporting, we will again see all the reasons why we came to the earth now, and the interacting purposes and covenants that we made that sent each of us to earth at our specific time and place to do specific things. To us mortals, this is a mystic concept, but to God, it is exact science, divine math, if you will. He records every act of our lives, including his continuing guidance, which most of us ignore. We spend so much time entertaining and pleasing ourselves that we forget that we do not fully realize how important every moment and every interaction truly is to God. Most of us are wrapped in our own lives of business and pleasure so much that we don't even feel the hand of God directing our lives, nor do we hear his voice, which is constantly directing us. My dear friends, as I mentioned in the beginning, there's so much evil in this world right now. And God and people are desperately looking for leaders. People who can raise their standards. People who can show others what matters. People who can be a light and be the salt of the earth. My question for you is if you're going to accept this calling, yes or no. And if you do, and if you choose to accept this calling, if you choose to step up and to become the light of the world and the salt of this world, I'm going to tell you the price you're going to pay. That's the price I've paid too, and I'm paying currently. Just the same way that it says in the Bible. You're going to have to carry your cross. And that cross has weight. That cross, it's the same price that Christ paid. I'm not saying that you're going to experience the exact same things that he did, but he marked the way. He lived a perfect life. He set the example and the standard for all of us. And what happened to him? He was betrayed. He was broken. He was spit upon him. He was cast out. He was alone. People betrayed him, committed treason. He suffered. He was hungry. He was beaten spiritually, physically. And he was killed. I genuinely believe he set the tone of the price of this purpose and this type of life. I'm not saying you will experience the same thing, but I promise you, you will have to experience at least a token of what he went through. And I want to invite you to start carrying your cross. People are not going to like you. People are going to hate on you. You're going to be alone if you decide to step into this leadership position in your life that you're called to. But I want to invite you to do it and pay the price and carry your cross joyfully and with a smile. Knowing that the world needs it and that you signed up for this before you came to the earth. There's a story, and I'll finish with this, of the rich man that came to Christ and told him, Christ, Jesus, you've done everything. Follow the commandments and I'll do all this stuff. And Christ told him, and he said, what else shall I do? And Christ told him, well, do this, do that, and started repeating certain commandments. And what did the rich man say? I've done that, all that throughout my youth. I'm talking about, give me something else. What else shall I do? And Christ told him, sell everything, give it to the poor, and come and follow me. And he became very sad and didn't follow him. And he left. Do we know his name? Do we know who he is? Maybe he was flying private. Maybe he drove a Lamborghini. He had a lot of wealth. But we don't know his name. How many Peters do you guys know? How many Johns do you guys know? How many Matthews do you guys know? How many Charlies do you guys know? Why do we know them? What do we know? Why do we know the Peter from the Bible, the James, the John, the Charlie that just died? Why do we know their names and not the rich man? Nobody knows the rich man. But why do we know these other guys and they stand out? When we know a lot of people, but their names stand out. Why? Because they stood for something. They defended what they believed in. And they died doing so. My question for you guys. What do you stand for? Because if you're not willing to die for it, you don't really stand for it. What are your core values? What do you stand for? What are you willing to fight for? We have a lack of leaders and men and women who stand by their beliefs, even if it costs them their lives. But it's worth it. That's a purpose-driven life. So a life that is worth remembering. If you want to be like the rich man, nobody knows your name, so be it. I don't want that. And I know a lot of you guys don't either. So let this be your wake-up call to speak, to stand up, to get involved, to get active, to raise your standards, and to carry your cross. The world needs it. You have a purpose, and it's very related to what I just talked about. God bless your life. I pray for that. I pray that these words can touch you. I pray that you can step up into that position of leadership and get involved and be an example to other people. I pray for that. I pray that you can become unapologetic and speak with boldness. God bless all of you guys. Have a great rest of your day. And I'll see you guys on the next one. Bye-bye.